Talk about choosing the dog and what to look for. When you do the training yourself, it will be done in such a way that it goes along with how you work at your everyday job. Obviously, to find a dog, the dog needs to be healthy, so he's able to do the training and withstand the pressures of everyday work. The dog must be confident. His mental status has got to be basically never meets a stranger, owns every piece of ground he walks on, and he's able to adapt to different situations easily. And you can find this out before the dog is trained just by getting him out like they're doing here. This dog doesn't know any of these people, and he's confident, he wants to play, he hasn't met a stranger at all. They have a little trouble getting the leash on him because he's wiggly. Oh, there are more people here. You guys see them. He's playing around with the equipment. These are things that you look for when you're trying to choose a dog. He has to have high energy drive. Drive is, in dog language, is just another word for his intention. If you watch him, we're testing him on the towel here. We use the towel as a reward for our drug detection. And we have people presenting him with the towel, and everybody else is moving in around him. He is not losing his concentration on getting his reward, and at the same time he's enjoying the fact that other people are there. Let's just take a little bit and watch him. You'll see him gathering it around him, different folks on the towel. This is just a way to see that he's going to be able to do what we want him to do in drug detection. Keeping in mind all the things that we've talked about so far, let's just sit back and watch this dog and read his reactions as he goes through more of the testing.
Let's face the facts. I have taken shelter in my insanity. I have my own version of reality. Water turns to wine. You can still be mine. Where God's voice still can calm the stormy sea. It's true. I am way too old and you're much too young. My life is half over, yours has just begun.
The dog has to be stable. You see Brian pushing the dog a little bit here, trying to, hype him up. The Donna, who's presenting the sleeve, doesn't work with us in that aspect, and he still goes and takes care of it. Deidre is just starting to learn how to take bites from dogs, and she presents and he takes a bite. This is Derek, and he doesn't really know how to take a bite from a dog. He's just there, and if you'll notice, the dog is reacting at the same level as the people are at this point in time. Now, as training goes on, which he will deliver the same blow regardless of the resistance that's being put out. You see Renee here stressing the bite a little bit, and the puppy just stresses him right back. That's what we're looking for in a police dog candidate. Now check out some training for Patrol 1 certification.
she thinks that she's the center of every man's dream. But she really doesn't get it, if you know what I mean. Well, she's living out her life like a fairy tale picture show. She thinks that she's so fine, so she just keeps keeping on. She don't realize she's about to be alone. You know she's gonna be surprised when she's Drew's ex-girlfriend. When she's trying on dresses and she's looking at rings. Her high-class living's gonna be her main thing.
This dog we tested earlier with a group of people that he didn't know, and to see how his reaction was. Now I've got him on the leash, and I'm telling him to sit, and when he does what I ask him to do, I'm giving him a treat. And what I'm looking for here is, at what pace can this dog learn? And obviously the faster a dog learns, the easier it is to train them. This dog is real confident. He's not distracted by anything that's out there around him. And he's already learned that sit means sit. And he experiments with that. He tries to sit even when I'm not asking him to at times. Now he's trying to break the rules, but you can hear the command being given easily. There's no jerking on the leash. He's doing it because he knows that that's going to get him a treat. And of course, the more confident a dog is, the clearer their head is. They're not distracted by a little bit of fear or something moving. Or he did go after a butterfly that was flying around out there a little bit, but he's 14 months old. So some puppy behavior is going to be expected, especially before he actually has any training. This dog, again, doesn't know any of these people that she's been brought out around. But you notice that she is not in a defense mode. She's not afraid. She just doesn't know what to do. And when people gather in around her and sit down around her like they are here, if you watch her, she also goes to the child, because that's more of a peer situation, smaller in stature. But when he drops the towel to the ground, she goes to investigate. What is this? Is this something that I can play with? And when the group begins to praise her for checking out the towel, then she reacts to that and goes around to each member of the group just the way she would in a pack. If she was doing something that the pack wanted her to do, then she would begin to react to their praise and their teaching. This is her in the same test. First time on the leash. Notice she's a little clingier. And again, it's just because she doesn't have the confidence that the other puppy has. This does not mean this is a bad dog. This is going to turn out to be a really good dog. But in comparison to the first dog that you saw, this dog is not quite normal, above average, but at the same time, not off the scale super dog, personality-wise. She's a sweet dog, and she learns pretty fast. You watch her here, she's still trying to cling for security, and that little bit of lack of confidence interferes with her ability to learn. So when we get started with a handler in this dog, we may have to work just a touch harder than we would with the first dog. If you watch her here, though, she starts to flatten out. It's only been a few minutes. She starts to flatten out, meaning she starts to walk with me, and she starts to sit when I say sit in order to get the reward. It happened a couple of minutes longer than it did with the other dog. So that's the kind of time frame that you're talking about. In something easy exercise like this, it's only a couple of minutes. In something really hard, it might be a couple of days. there's also a possibility that through training, this dog will be able to overcome any of these type of problems that she has right now. It's only been a few minutes and she's already healing better. She's gonna sit when I say sit. She's learning. And now take a look at this training exercise to rescue a downed officer.